30th of August 2024. I said to you the other day that I'd got some dresses. These were £1 each. It's from the charity shop where everything's £1.49, or you can get 10 things for £10, which means they're £1 each. So these are the things that I got. I like dresses like this. They're just easy to put on. There's nothing fussy about them. Just pop them over your head and you're done. So that's those two. A little bit ethnic looking, that one is, but for £1 I'm not bothered. It's something that I do like. So that's those two. Then I got this one, which I really like very much. It's got a beautiful pattern on it, a bit like a paisley, and it's actually Italian, which a lot of these clothes are. But it's got the embroidery anglais at the end of the sleeves, if you can see. I've washed them, but I've not ironed them. But I thought, I must show you because I said that I would do. And then there's this brown one here. And then this blouse, I will probably wear it a bit like a jacket. It's quite a long one. I thought with some leggings and a nice cream t-shirt underneath, that'll be lovely. I've got a bit of a thing about dragonflies. I had to think what they were called. And so I got this t-shirt. And I also got this cardigan. It's by Country Rose. And I've got one like it anyway, that I've had for quite a while. And they are very good. I think that'll look lovely with a pair of jeans in autumn and winter. My husband got this t-shirt with long sleeves. He's got a t-shirt with Rick and Morty on already. So that was it really. I think, wait a minute, that's 6, 7, 8. There's a couple of more things that are in the wash still. But it just gives you a bit of an idea of what I was able to get. I love the dresses, absolutely love them. And the cardigan, very happy with that. So that was from a couple of days ago. And also, that was the linen that I've got. I've washed it. They're the two pieces that are still fine. The others are a little bit damaged. There's 2 more. But I will save them and probably use the flowers to go on something, even a quilt. I tend to do that. I did that the other day with a couple of quilts that had got little, one had got a little tear in, one had got a rip in it. And I've put a couple of pieces of embroidery over those. I think this is called damask, if I remember right. It's a proper napkin. I remember my mum having these, and for special occasions she'd get them out. So that's really pretty. I don't know whether you can see. It's got little flowers on and clover leaves. So it could be even Irish in origin. I wouldn't be surprised. But it's very rare that you can get linen like that these days, and if you do, it's very expensive. The other linen that I got, and I did pay £1 for this. In fact, this was one of the items. It wasn't another garment, it was this. Oh, and a bag. That's it, for my granddaughter. So this is the tablecloth that I got. But look at the workmanship that's gone into this. People of a certain age will have remembered people having these tablecloths. It's all beautiful lace around the edges and like faggoting as well. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm pleased that I've got that, because I've got quite a few little tables, and this time of year. They look lovely with one of the cloths on. So I'm happy with that. What else did I get? I think that was that from that day. We've been to drop a table off at the Salvation Army today and a load of boxes. And I thought, I'm not going to take anything. Anyway, we were supposed to drop them off and come home. And because it was a nice day, we've got plenty to do at home. My husband said, come on. He said, it's too nice to stay in. As you can see, it's still pleasant, and it's early evening now. So we ended up going a little bit further afield into Sheffield and into one of the charity shops there. I got this jigsaw puzzle. That was 50p. It should have been £4 from the works. It's brand new. It's still got its plastic cover on. And my friend will love that. She loves jigsaws. And I thought, I'm going to put it away for Christmas for her. And how good's that? 50p. What else did I get? Well, I saw quite a bit of Denby. And I love Denby pottery. With it being close to us, as you know, I've said before. But I resisted, apart from this jug. This was £1, and it's an old Denby jug. If you look at the bottom, it's got half pint on it, Denby jug. There was a lot of Pearson's pottery as well there, which was made in Chesterfield. But I was strong, I didn't get that. But isn't that, I don't know whether it's everybody's cup of tea, but that is perfect to me. Absolutely perfect. The colour inside, the exterior, I just love it. Did I get anything else? Of course I did. I ended up getting this jar with these threads in, cotton reels. And if you have a look there, it's tootle, and I was speaking about that the other day. So that's one of the tootle threads in there, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for £1. So I'll probably keep them in that jar and pop them in the craft room. And what else did I get? Well, anybody that likes crafts and DIY and making things look a bit unique will understand why I got these. These are knobs to go on chests of drawers or cupboards. Well, anything really. You could use it in so many ways. This has got little buttons on. What's the other ones? There's a couple of these that look like big diamonds. They're pretty. And then there's the antique brass ones. So just see if there's any others. Oh yes, there's a brushed steel one. A bright red one. This was £1 for the bag. I think that's about it. So, well happy with that. And whilst was at this particular charity shop, they'd got cones of wool in. I've got quite a lot of wool, but I was getting a little bit weak by that time. And I ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, half a dozen. Some of them have got Angora in. I don't think you'll get these for much longer. It should have been £5, but they were getting rid of them all for £1. As I say, some of them have got Angora wool in them. And it's absolutely massive, that is. I mean, it's bigger than the size of a football. It's huge, and I love the colour. It's like, hot chocolate, I should say, that is. and then a pretty baby pink. I remember using things like this when I'd got a knitting machine, but I sent that overseas along with my typewriter and one or two other bits that they were asking for. But yes, I remember these. So that was that. Then I've got a maroon one. Well, it's more of a beetrooty colour. Then a white one, and then a darker maroon one. Let me just have a look, see what this is. Winkle machine washable. So I've never heard of that before, but I think most of these were manufactured in this country, and there's a lovely rose pink there as well. But look how much is on some of those. And I think when I've used them before to make shawls, I've crocheted them, and it almost looks cobwebby. I know some people sometimes put two together. I've never done that, so I'll have to see how I go on with that. So that was those. I got some stick-on tiles because, well, why did I get them? Very often things like this are useful for the camper, if you want to change the flooring, or parts of the boat. You can pop that down, you know. With it just being £1, if it's not used by us, it'll be used by somebody. Even in the summer house, it's nice to have a few tiles down, so pleased about that. And then we got some books. I've got plenty of books, but my husband was looking for books. He got the Old Roads of Derbyshire. He got the Laidbeard Book of the Sickie, because he thought it was amusing. I got Two in a Tent by Molly Brett, and it's absolutely beautiful, it really is. It's Medici, and I think Medici Society were the people that made some of the cards that in the past I've absolutely loved. If I saw Medici cards for sale, I would buy them. Look at the little blue tit in the milk. My grandchildren went camping the other night for the first time ever with some other little friends and the family, and they absolutely loved it. So that's made me feel so happy, because we always used to go out in the tent when the children were smaller. I've always liked to be outdoors, so it started off with a tent, then we got a camper, then we got a boat. When the children were older, we got a boat, and then we've ended up with another camper. I got it about 8 years ago. It's an old one, but doesn't really matter, does it? We do get a lot of pleasure out of it, and it has moved a lot of stuff for different people if they've wanted things fetching. So look at the illustrations though. Just look at that. I love it, I really do. Little hedgehog. We're still getting the hedgehog come at night time. We've just had a squirrel in the garden, and it's knocked the bird bath over. But look at this. Is it just me? Absolutely beautifully illustrated. I think that's part of it. Look at that. Fantastic. Anyway, I'd better leave it there. He also got the crooked scythe. Now, he got this. He said to me, have you seen this one? Because he knows that this is right up my street. It's somebody that's gone round talking to people who've had different types of jobs, and It's got everything in it. Taking in the harvest, malting, working the land, A Shepherd's Life. It's all social history. It's quite big print as well, so sometimes in the evening my eyes get really tired, so that'll be lovely. And then the last one was the Victorian Farmer's Diary, and it's life in and around Beeley on the Chatsworth estate, because of course Chatsworth House isn't far away from where we live. That's in Derbyshire. My brother-in-law works there. Now that he's retired, I know that sounds strange, but yeah. So I think that when we finish reading it, we could pass it on to him. I think he'd like that. And I think that's about it, really. Yeah, there we go. Right, I'll go and have a cup of tea. Bye.